Okay, let's put it on the ground. Let's put it on the ground for a minute. Oh, just one spoon.
At the bottom.
So I did almost 5 years.
I'm good.
Yata Varivaha Pura Paripurenti Sakarang Evameva Ito Dinang Petanang Upakapati Ichitang Patitang Tumhang Kipameva Samichatu Sape Purentu Sankapa Chanto Panara Soyata Mani Jyotira Soyatam Sabarogo Vinasatu Mate Bhavantvantarayo Sukhidigayuko Bhava Abhivadana Sirisa Nijang Vudapachayino Chataro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvanno Sukhang. May you be well and happy. So please help yourselves to the dana. If it starts to rain, you're welcome to eat the food inside the house. But if you can stay outside, it'll probably be easier for us. And then we'll convene again at 1 o'clock. Okay. Bow 3 times. Yoso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho sawakato yena bhagavata dhammo Supatipanno yasa bhagavato asavaka sankho Tamayang bhagavantang sadhammang sasankang Himehi sakare hiyatarahang aropitehi abhupujaya. So the devas are blessing us with water.
Venerable Bhikkhus, we invite you to spend the upcoming 3-month-long Vassa season at Tisarana Monastery. My family and I, together with our friends, undertake to offer you the necessary requisites to sustain you during this period. We request you spend the Vassa season in meditation and in guiding us your lay followers in the path of Dhamma.
Sadhu, 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 sadhu. When I went on pilgrimage to India 2 years ago after my mother died. I was sitting in, I think, the Mahabodhi. I forget. I think I was sitting in one of the big temples in the holy places. It was 5 in the morning, and I was meditating, and I heard many people coming in, and I just kept my eyes closed, and I was meditating, and I kept my eyes closed, and more people were coming in, and then all of a sudden I heard sadhu, 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 and then sadhu, 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 and what it was a group of Sri Lankan pilgrims coming, and each time one of the pilgrims would offer flowers to the shrine, everyone goes sadhu, 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 sadhu. It was such a joyous sound, such a joyous sound. So, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu to you. Do it with enthusiasm. Joy is good, isn't it? It's good to come together in harmony, good to come in generosity, and a good meal. Because I always like a good meal. Look at that and say, why? Why do I suffer? Why can't I be at peace? Why do I always get upset with this person? Or why am I always just caught up in anger or fear, whatever? What is it about my mind? And that's the life of Dhamma, reflection on Dhamma. We reflect on the nature of the mind. And reflection begins first and foremost with awakening. So the awakened mind is the mind which is aware, isn't it? Now, you consider the difference between, say, being angry and knowing you feel anger. There's a difference, isn't there? Being angry and said, you idiot, you shouldn't be like that, and you're no good, and da-da-da-da. And then knowing anger is the awareness, oh, I feel angry. Anger is this way. That's the beginning of meditation. It's reflection. And without reflection, we're victims. We're just victims to each mood, each emotion, any kind of impulse. And from the awakened mind, we begin to see causality. We begin to see that when I do this kind of action, when I think in this kind of way, when I consume these kinds of things, I get a good result or I get a bad result. So this is the law of dependent origination. The peace of mind that comes to me, or the confusion of mind that comes to me, depends. if I make good and skillful choices, even though I might feel confused now, even though I might feel fearful now, I can make choices which lead to peace, which lead to liberation of the heart. I can make those choices if I'm awake. If I'm not awake, the choices are made for me through impulse, through reactivity, through habit, through all kinds of unskillful means. And choice is the idea of karma, isn't it? When we think about the law of karma, sometimes we think about it as in a very fatalistic way. Oh, it's my karma to be a monk or something like that. Good karma. There maybe that, maybe that's there. But also karma is the idea of intentionality or choice. So when I think, when I speak, when I act, I'm doing it intentionally. I might not be fully conscious, but still there's intention in my thinking, in my acting, in my speaking. And if my intentions are arising from compassion, are arising from generosity, are arising from wisdom, then the results will be good. But if my intentions and the choices I make are arising from jealousy, or from anger, or from fear, or from doubt, or from depression, those choices will lead to suffering. Right? And it's simple. It's actually quite simple. But it's hard to do. Because the mind is very complicated, and our minds are very, very quick. And why we emphasize meditation in Buddhism so much is because meditation gives you a chance to stop. It gives you a chance, give your mind a chance to rest, to just consider, what's going on in my life. So his teachings was to the monks and nuns. They were the people that lived with him. And so his recommendations for the way to order a society, not just the the higher teachings of enlightenment and liberation, but just how could people live together? What kind of standards in terms of speech, in terms of use of requisites, in terms of all manner of social things? What would be a skillful way to live? And that's the Bhikkhu Vinaya that we have, the Bhikkhu Vinaya that we live by. And to understand the Vinaya and to understand the style of a bhikkhu, they're not so worldly, obviously. Values of renunciation, values of cooperation, values of compassion rather than competition. So if we turn to the shrine and do the closing homage. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Bhutang Bhagavantang Abhivademi Savakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Sangkang Namami.